I hate living in Kalos. My whole neighborhood turned into a fucking wild zone. I just went to the store to get eggs. That's it. I came home and, oh my god, had to battle some dude on the street. Ridiculous. Oh my god. Babe, what's the landlord's number? I think there's trainers on the roof again.
Use explosion.
What did he say?
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Victor, and today we're going to be talking about Legends ZA. Now, it's been a little over a month now since the game came out, so I just wanted to give my thoughts, my review, and whether if you should buy it or not. When the game came out, I did get sick. Like, I had just gotten sick, so that's why I didn't make a video like a week later or anything. But I did play this game non-stop. I played it for like 2 weeks. This is all I did. Granted, I was sick as well, so I would just be sick at home and play Legends ZA. Honestly, what a fitting time to be sick for me, I guess. But like, all I did was play this game, and I gotta say, I had a blast. I did not think I was gonna have that much fun playing it. But let's just dive into some like pros and cons really quick. I just made like a small little list of pros and cons, obviously, so we're starting off with the pros. One of the pros I wrote down was returning to Kalos. Me personally, X and Y was one of my favorite games. I don't know what it was about it, I just loved that game so much. So finally getting Z to XYZ, I mean, I had to. I was gonna buy it regardless, even if it was a piece of shit. I mean, it still kind of is, but I was still gonna get it regardless. My favorite region, some of my favorite Pokemon. There was that, bias for me to get it. So for me, returning to Kalos was a pro. Another pro that I had written down was the battle mechanics. Now, the battle mechanics, I was very skeptical. I was a little skeptical. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. Like, it was a really cool concept. I was like, it's a very good idea, but just seeing it, I was like, I was skeptical for sure. But after playing it, I gotta say, that was a breath of fresh air. It is so nice to like use different moves, entirely different moves. Like, and this goes into my next pro, the move pool. It was really cool to use like moves like Protect for once. I've never used Protect ever, maybe a few times, but like that actually kind of saves your ass sometimes. You gotta time it right. But the move pool and like the battle mechanics, it's just so fun. It definitely needs its tweaks. It needs its tweaks. Like the enemy, or I guess the opponent AI should be able to move more. Because most of the times I found myself, I'm running around and their Pokemon is just following me instead of like the trainer moving around. So it was just kind of like, you still needed to move around and dodge and do things at the right time. But I do kind of think they should tweak it a little bit where like the trainer moves around and stuff like that. You'll see what I mean if you play it, or if I just show you gameplay of it. Like, it needs its tweaks. It's not perfect, but I think it's a step in the right direction for something new, at least for Legend titles, because Legends are kind of like spin-offs. They're not part of the main line, I think. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. Another pro is the boss fights. The boss fights, you fighting like a giant supercharged mega Pokemon, was really interesting. It was like a Souls boss style. You're running around dodging attacks. It was a really like cool thing because it's a mega Pokemon, so it's like the perfect boss battle for mega Pokemon, or for Pokemon in general. I guess if they wanted to take it a step further, they could have reintroduced like Shadow Pokemon. But it was so cool. The boss fights, like, they were pretty. I struggled with a few. Like, some of them were pretty easy if you bring the right Pokemon and use the right moves and shit. But like, there are windows of time where like the Pokemon will be dazed, and that's like, you just gotta start spamming attacks. Or like, it'll jump out of the area, the playable area, and then it'll start like shooting laser beams at you, or meteors, or whatever the move is. And it's just like really cool. Like, the boss battles were actually, they weren't like a fucking walk in the park. Granted, some of them were, but some of them, like, I gave you like a real challenge, and that was really cool. The bosses, they'll drop like shards of like fuel, I guess, to charge up your meter to use Mega Evolution. Which brings me to my next pro, and the biggest pro for this game, Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution is the biggest thing, like the biggest pro for this game, because in my opinion it is the best gimmick Pokemon has ever come up with. Z moves were whatever, you know. I'm trying to remember the other ones. Gigantamax, it was cool, I guess. I hated Terastallization, the stupid like crystal crown thing you'd get on your head. I thought that was really dumb. If you like it, that's awesome. I'm not gonna shit on you for liking it, you know. Some people don't like Mega Evolution. They're out there. But yes, Mega Evolution is back, and it's better than ever because in the battles, like I said, when you're battling like bosses, they'll drop Mega Shards to which you can now use your Mega Pokemon. So it's not like right off the bat. You have to like wait a little bit. It's not long because you get your meter refills when you use moves, and in the boss battles when the bosses drop like the giant shards, which also refill it too, so you can keep your Mega Evolved Pokemon. It's just really cool. And if that Mega Pokemon faints and you have another Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, it can also Mega Evolve. Like in the last, like in X and Y, you could only Mega Evolve once per battle, like one Pokemon per battle. In this one, your whole team could Mega Evolve theoretically. So that's just like, I think that's so good. It's so cool. I do wish that like outside of battle, your Mega Evolved Pokemon would last longer, even if you're just like running around. Because I've tried to take so many cool pictures, but like I'm on such a quick timer because Mega Evolution doesn't really last long, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing, you know. It lasts, I think, like a minute, maybe less. So it'd be cool if like outside of battle you could run around the whole place with your Pokemon Mega Evolved. Obviously not for long. I would say like increase the timer, like 2-3 minutes would be better, but that's like a small thing, it's whatever. In battle, I understand why it wouldn't last long, but outside of battle it'd be kind of cool for it to last a little bit longer, or just overall in general to last a little bit longer. I digress. Another pro is that the Kalos starters are finally Mega Evolved. I used to pray for times like this. We're getting, I think, I don't remember the number, I'll put it up on the screen. I think it's like 15 new Mega Evolved Pokemon. And it's been a month now, so I'm going to put a few of them on the screen. If you want a spoiler warning, like this is your spoiler warning now. But some of the new Mega Evolved Pokemon are like from other generations, which I think we needed more newer Mega Evolved Pokemon, which is amazing that they added them. But it does kind of suck that some of them, and I'll get to this in the cons, like the Kalos starters are locked behind a paywall. But we'll get into that. I'm talking about the pros right now, and the pros is new Mega Evolved Pokemon. And I think there's going to be even more to come later too. But we'll get to that. That's kind of a pro and a con, so you'll see. Another pro that I wanted to touch on was character customization. Finally, we got another Pokemon game since X and Y with really good character customization. You can pick both the male character or the female character and wear clothes of whichever one you want. For those people who, you know, would rather do that, and that's really cool that that's an option. But there's so much like hats, pants, tops, socks, like everything is customizable. I do wish there was more for the men in terms of hairstyles, because there's like 3 that are like obviously male, and then you can use some of the female hairstyles. But I would have liked a little bit more male hairstyles, or just more hairstyles in general, you know, both male and female, doesn't matter. Another thing I wish that was more customizable was your Mega Stone, because like they give you a bracelet. It'd be kind of cool if you get like a ring, a necklace, an earring, I don't know, just more customization in that way. That would have been really cool. But I know asking Game Freak to animate the character touching a stone anywhere else is too much to ask for. So, but character customization in general is a win. It's awesome. I've been seeing so many pictures on Instagram and TikTok of people with their Pokemon in insane drip. I'll put some of mine up on the screen. Tell me whether I cooked or not. But it's so cool that you can like color match and take bomb ass photos with your Pokemon. It's so awesome. The customization, I think we really needed it. Unlike in Scarlet and Violet, running around with that goofy ass outfit. Granted, that was like a school uniform, so I can get why they didn't add customization. Like, it's been there in some games, but not to the degree in this game. And it's a really big thing, because it makes you more I would say, like, connected to your character, to your Pokemon, because you're like, hey, that's me. I want to wear those shoes. I want to wear those pants. It's like a nice touch. It's a nice touch, in my opinion. Another really great thing about this game is I feel like Scarlet and Violet had a good rival. Nemona wasn't bad, but she was a little annoying. But I feel like this game, Legend ZA, added really good rival / friend group. Like Naveen and Lita, I think they're amazing. Like, they're really good. You know, it's like it's a kid's game, so there's not going to be like a freaking Christopher Nolan movie type of character arc in them, but like, they're good. They're well written. They look nice. Like, they got that shit on them, you know. Naveen is a like fashion designer, and Lita's like a dancer. So it was really cool to have that like personality, is what I was looking for in like NPCs, instead of them just being like, oh, we have to go fight them, and then they're just there. Like, they do help you out in some of the boss battles and stuff, and like other things they are like there, and it's really cool to see that. But yes, like I said, your rival and friend group, I think, is the best we've had in a while. Like, they have personality, they look great, and they actually help you do things. And not just your friend group and rival, like, all the new characters added to the game, I feel like, are really well designed, and like, they just have like such good personalities. They were really well designed, and like, they weren't just there. Like, they contributed to your story, and it's really cool. Like, the NPCs, the new characters, they're all really well designed, and I love them. I love them all. I do wish that we had more returning characters. There's a few that are tied to the story, so I won't really spoil it too much. The obvious one is AZ. His story, you finally get to see more of him, and I think it's a nice fitting, like, how he is in the story and the lore and everything. It's really well adapted. It's really nice. I do wish, like I said, there were more returning characters. Like, there's something that happens in Lumio City, and you're telling me that the gym leaders aren't there, the Elite Four isn't there. I'm not buying it. Like, we should have had Diantha come out, or some other gym leader. Like, it would have made sense, especially Clement being in Lumio City. Where's Clement? There's like a random NPC encounter that you have, and it says, like, they say something like, oh, I miss the Lumio City gym leader. It's such a shame they got him. Like, what? Who's they? What do you mean they got him? That's another thing. A lot of the NPCs have some fucking wild dialogue. It's hilarious. It's just like so out of pocket. Some shit where you're like, what did I just read? Like, another one that came to my mind right now, I'll put these on the screen, is like a girl NPC says something like, when I get stressed out, or when my partner gets stressed out, I squeeze their Pokeballs. Oh, I'm sure you do, buddy. Another pro that I have is the story. The story was actually pretty good. I wasn't expecting much. I was just expecting like a half-assed, half-baked story, but it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good. I would put it, I'd probably, like, out of 10, I think I'd rank it maybe like a 7.5, almost an 8. It wasn't a bad story. It was pretty good. Like I said, I do wish there was more like returning characters, because we're coming back to Kalos. It would make more sense to see familiar faces, such as like Elite Four members, gym leaders helping out. But it is also really cool to get new characters. So, you know, you have to find that balance. I feel like adding 3 more returning characters, 3 more like gym leaders, Elite Four, would have been like perfect, along with everybody who's already making a return. But the story was good. We get to see AZ's story, more of that, more of what happened in Kalos like 5 years ago, because I think that's the time frame. So I think it adds really like a rich lore to it. It's good. It only benefits. And another good thing about this game, some people hate it, some people love it, I think it's a pro, is shiny hunting. Gone are the days of having to waste hours, days, weeks of your life shiny hunting a specific Pokemon. With Legend ZA, you still get the same 1 in 4,196 odds, or whatever the odds are, but it's just better this way. Like, you get the sound effect and the visual effect, which I think Scarlet and Violet dropped the ball not adding that, because some Pokemon look identical. And that's the thing, some of the shiny Pokemon in this game, I think they finally fixed the colors, like Gengar. Gengar looks great. as a shiny Pokemon in ZA versus in Scarlet and Violet or previous games. I will say it is a little too easy to the point where you can just set up a macro on your controller and just do that and walk away. Like, I feel like that's a bit much. You know, you're not even playing the game. You're letting the game play itself, and I think that's kind of dumb. But if you do it manually, I feel like you still get that sense of like, I earned this. The methods are ridiculously easy. Like, once you dedicate time shiny hunting, you're gonna get shinies. You're gonna get boxes of shinies. Like, I have 2 boxes full of shinies right now. The methods are really easy. The odds are the same. It's just the method is just super easy. Another pro is like there's side missions apart from your regular missions. There's tasks you need to do. There's like other things to do. That's great when you finish the game or before the game. Like, there's so much to do in Lumio City. I didn't like that it was only in Lumio City, but I do got to admit it's a pretty big map. I was like, oh, it's just in the city, that's lame. But the city is big. It's a whole ass city. And there's like so many side quests and missions and wild zones, and like you can like if you finish the game and you're looking for things to do, you could complete your decks, complete the wild zones, finish your side missions, shiny hunt, do all your Mabel's missions. Like, there's a lot to do in this game. And if for people saying like, oh, it's just a small map, I guarantee your ass is fast traveling everywhere you go. Like, I'm not gonna run across the map. No, I'm gonna fucking fast travel there. Let's switch to the cons. One thing that I have written down is the fact that Legends ZA is a $70 game. Video game prices have been going up. And, you know, you could say like, oh, the labor, oh, the production, this, and that, and that, and that. But at the end of the day, I think it's just corporate greed. Gone are the days of $40, $50 Pokemon games. We're now going to be looking at $70, which is one of the big reasons of why I didn't want to buy this game, because I didn't want to support business practices like that, charging $70 a game, and the game's like half-baked. You know, it's all too often that in modern gaming, you pay such a high price for a video game, and it's shit. It's not even finished. I mean, look at Scarlet and Violet. That game, I think, was like $60. I can't remember. But it was the most unfinished piece of garbage that I have ever played in my life. I don't know, it just seems so dumb that you would charge such a high price coming from $1 billion company and then shitting out a game like that. I feel like Legends ZA, though it is $70, isn't as bad as the other games, but it's not without its flaws. You know, I don't want to be a Nintendo bootlicker. I'm not defending it by any means. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, you know, it's okay to spend $70 on that. No, it was $70. And it's not even the full game, considering later down the line they're going to drop DLC. I don't know, that just seems stupid. That seems like the DLC should have just been included in the game to begin with. And the fact that you can't get all the Mega Evolution Pokemon, well, in the future, in the main game, you need to pay the online membership and the DLC. So it's just like, you see what I mean? Like, that's such a shitty business practice, because at the end of the day, with the game, the DLC, and the online, which are all my cons, by the way, I think you're looking at $120, $130, somewhere around there. And that's, let's say you don't even have a Nintendo Switch at all. You know, are you gonna buy the Switch 1 or the Switch 2? Because if you buy the Switch 2, it's like $400, $500. So let's say it's $500. We'll put the correct price on the screen right now. Whatever the Switch is, I'm gonna say $500. I think that's what it is. Plus the game, $70. Plus the online DLC, which I think is $30. And then the online membership, you could get like the yearly one, which is like, I think, $20 a year. $120 for all that to get the complete game. To get the Mega Evolution stones for the Kalos starters, which is shitty that it's blocked behind a paywall, and the Mega Evolution and new Pokemon coming in the DLC. So it's just crazy. Like, that shit should have already been in the game. I don't think there should have been any paywalls at all. But, I mean, it's Nintendo. What were you expecting? Another con to the game, and while it's not that big of a deal in my opinion, is the textures, like the graphics in the game. If you look at any window, any wall, If you look at any building that isn't like a main story building, it looks so poor quality. It looks GameCube era. It looks PlayStation 2 era like graphics, and it's insane. Like, yeah, it's a Pokemon game, it's a kids game. You don't really need like amazing looking windows and buildings, but I don't know, for a $70 game in 2025 from a billion-dollar company, I feel like you should expect at least medium quality, you know, not mediocre quality. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of textures on a fucking window because it's not crucial to the gameplay as long as the Pokemon and the characters and the game runs fine. It is like a thing to bring up, like, you know, you guys are a billion-dollar company. Why can't you just iron out the kinks, you know, make it look good, at least make it look good? And it sucks because like I feel like that's a thing that takes away from the game because it's all in a city. Every building looks the same. You know, you could have designed like this district has this. There's a certain architecture here. No, it's just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Every building looks the same unless it's a main story building. To the next one is the fact that it's only in Lumio City. Now, like I said, because of the way the story progresses, it sort of makes sense why you're only in Lumio City. So I'll kind of give it that like, okay, you know, like whatever, technically you're right. But I feel like maybe post-game it would have been really cool to go through the big tunnels in Lumio City that take you to different areas. And they could have just made it like something small. Like, oh, you ended up in whatever the beach city is, and you're just access to like a medium size of the beach and maybe like 1 or 2 buildings, you know? Or to the snow area, to the spooky forest area, the mountain area, the desert. Well, hopefully the DLC expands upon more on that, but I don't think it will. The DLC looked like it mainly took place in Kalos, and things just looked a little bit different. Another con, this one may not be a big deal to like people who didn't play X and Y, but to people who did, I would have liked to see more returning characters. Gym leaders, Elite Four, but that would have been a nice touch, you know, add more lore, see where some characters are, because it does take place like 5 years after the X and Y, so it's not like everybody just got up and left. I don't know. Would have been nice to see more reoccurring characters. Another thing that I thought was kind of a con, sort of a smaller thing, not too big of a deal, is the fact that when you're running with your Pokemon, like you can explore the town with your Pokemon buddy like outside of its ball, you couldn't really interact with it. Like you couldn't go up to it, press A, and it would do like a little dance or something. Nothing. It would just kind of follow you around, and there's no like solid texture to it. It's really weird. You could just like walk through your Pokemon like if it was a hologram. It's kind of dumb. It's just like small things like that. I will say I do miss the like bench, the picnic table thing from Scarlet and Violet. How you can bring out all your Pokemon and play with them and interact with them. I feel like this game kind of needed that, especially with Mega Evolution and how good the Pokemon look. It felt like it needed it a lot. I'm kind of reaching towards the end of my cons list. If you have more in the comments, be sure to let people know like what you thought of the game. But some of my last ones I have on here, I put, it's like the same boring cutscenes, if you can even call them that. Like there was one that I can think of what's the Pokemon? Zygarde, and it's like dog form. He'll like appear out of nowhere, and then the intention is for him to like boost you onto a roof, and it like very stiffly turns to you like this. It just goes like this. It goes like that. Like it's so stiff, and then your character's like, you know, like it's so dumb. And instead of like doing an animation, even if it's so shit, of like you jumping on its back and then it jumps on the roof, it just like flashes to white and then it comes back and you're on the roof with the Pokemon. Like it's stuff like that. Like, come on. This is what I mean, like $70 for that level of cutscene. There are some cutscenes that are like trailer worthy, where it's like it's an actual cutscene, like a full transition, animations, the whole 9 yards, and those look good. You know, it's things like that it's like, it's really lazy. Like, really? Come on. And another big one that I feel like How is it possible in 2025 to release a Pokemon game with no voice acting? I'm not gonna lie to you, all of Scarlet and Violet, I did not read any of that shit. I was just mashing A, waiting to get past the cutscenes to start battling, collecting Pokemon, playing the game. But I feel like the games suffer from not having voice acting because some people don't want to read all that. So it's like you might be missing out on a pretty good story, or you know, like it sucks for the people who put time and effort into making the story, but it's like some people aren't going to read all that. Let's just be real. They're not going to read all that. The only reason I kind of really read through it is, like I said, I love the Kalos region, so I was really interested in what the story was. So I did read it. I did read a lot of the audio, but there were times where I was like, ugh, like, come on, let's get this shit over with. Especially, and another con, this one's on the con list, the beginning of the game. Holy shit, the beginning of the game is so long and slow. They hold your hand through everything. It's such a long intro before you can actually start going to different wild zones and doing missions and playing the game in general. Like, the intro is so unbearably long. It's like an hour long of them just teaching you how to catch a Pokemon, what a Pokemon is, what's Mega Evolution, what's this, what's that. And granted, yes, that is something that they should have for people who just pick up the game. That's great, but I feel like there's a way to make it not an hour long. So, along with the long intro, no voice acting, restricted to Lumiose, and everything else that I said, I feel like those are the main cons that I had with the game itself. But I will say, despite all of this, I still had a really good time. I have not no-lifed a Pokemon game like this since Legends Arceus, and before Legends Arceus, the last time I did was probably Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and X and Y. I feel like this game, the best example I can give you is this game is like Little Caesars. You know, it's really good when you don't have someone in your ear bitching at you, telling you it's not good. But at the same time, there are things where you gotta admit to yourself, you're like, yeah, this shit is not that good. There was a lot of good things and a lot of bad things, but me personally, I had a blast. And I feel like it's not crazy to say that I had fun. If you decide to try it out, let me know, or if you already played it, let me know what your experiences were, how you felt about the game, you know, what was your experience like. Form an opinion for yourself. Don't just go off what everybody else is saying. And if you don't want to support those kind of things, then, you know, vote with your wallet. Boycotts work. If you don't want to support it, don't support it. End of the day, it's your money. You choose how you spend it. I think that about wraps up our video. So stick around, subscribe. It would mean a lot. I appreciate you guys who are already subscribed. And in conclusion, stay hydrated, take care of yourself, have a good time. Remember, these are just video games. They're meant to entertain you. Don't take it too seriously. And finally, last one, be a good person, you know, be nice to people, treat others how you would want to be treated. We are living in an evil world, so just be a good person, don't be a piece of shit, and see you guys in the next one.